Hey guys, welcome back to the Nerdy Dad Blog. Today I have the Red Hulk Wolverine. This Wolverine is pretty dear to my heart because it's the 90s Wolverine. You may remember him from the 90s cartoon, the X-Men cartoon. He's also known as the Tiger Stripe Wolverine. As you can see, the tiger stripes on the side. Just an iconic design for Wolverine. I think the most well-known design for him, as it is. This figure is pretty rare. This was in the earlier days of Hasbro when they were making the Marvel Legends, and one of the better sculpted and better represented toys of that line earlier on. Pretty flawless representation as far as my opinion goes. The head sculpt is really great on this guy. If I could just, there you go. The head sculpt is really great. I mean, it's just really great head sculpt. The brow, just really nice. Gives off that angry look, that intense face. Then you got the snarl and the growling of the teeth. Then you got the squinted eyes to give off that intense look. Then my favorite characteristic of these old Wolverine toys are the pads, the shoulder pads. That was always one of my favorite distinct features of these toys. I really like everything about this toy. I think it's just a great representation of the 90s character, specifically the cartoons. I was a huge fan of the cartoons growing up. Great articulation. The head moves front and back in 360. If I can get it, it's pretty stiff. I haven't moved around the joints in a long time. Then the arms. It's double jointed. You got one within the torso, and then you got another one. If you can see it, there's a ball right here. The whole shoulder joint is a ball. Then you got the elbow joints, and then the wrist joints, which was really nice. And then you got the hand joints. Focusing on there. And you can just move that front and back. You could have him clasp his hand and then open it back up. Same thing with this side. You can clasp it and open it up. Exact same features as the on both sides as far as the arms goes. Same articulation. Different sculpt on the fingers. This seems to be more of like a pointing sculpt, I would say. Yeah, his two fingers are pointing out like that. And then this is more of a like a fist, which I actually prefer. Then on the torso, there's an upper torso. You have a joint as well, so he could bend down, crouch. Then you got a twist at the hips for the torso. You turn 360. It's a bit stiff. And then on the the hip joints or the upper thigh, you got a ball joint right there. both sides. And on the knees, you got a joint right there. I think you might have a joint at the mid boot. Yeah, you could turn that 360. That's nice. Then you got an ankle joint, move it up and down. And then you also have a joint around the toe box, which is also a nice feature. You could Wolverine is he does some pretty intense poses in the comic books, so it's good to have a particular figure or a specific figure where he could do all of these intense poses. Here's an example of one. I just posed him while I paused the camera. Pretty cool. The face just adds to the intensity of the whole figure. It's one of my favorite. I mean, the face is always one of my favorites, but this particular figure, just stands out. He's pretty rare now. He goes for at least quadruple what he was in retail. I don't know how much he goes for boxed, but if you really love Wolverine, I think this is a good figure to have in your collection. And sorry for my low voice. My daughter's actually sleeping, so I can't talk really loud. And it's really late at night. But I haven't done a toy review in a long time, so I figured I'd give you guys that. It's been a while. On the back, you see the shoulder blade musculature, which I'm always a fan of. And then you got the tricep muscles, which are really nice. Then the pads and the tiger stripes, always really cool. The belt follows through. That's a good design. The sculpt is really cool. And the boots, that's great. Great design on the boots. So overall, great figure. It's really great figure. The Red Hulk Build-a-Figure that came out of this line, this particular series, was also great. Had a vinyl feel to it. This also has somewhat of a vinyl feel on the pads. The claws are just great on this. They're a little distorted right now because I've had them in storage. I heard that you could just take a blow dryer to it and just morph it back to the way you want it, or put it in hot water. Haven't done that. Kind of lazy as far as that goes. I just pose them in a way where you could have the claws spread out. So just basically put them in between each other. And if you could see that, let me just focus in on that. There you go. That's how I focus on the claws. It's a pretty lazy way of trying to hide the distortion of the claws, but it works for me. Don't really have time to put this figure in like hot water and try to mold it back. So that's good enough for me. Really love this figure. Heard about the upcoming brown suit Wolverine, which is also cool, but I'm pretty loyal to this guy. It's really great design. I love the 90s cartoon. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, you should definitely check it out. So pretty up there as far as how I would scale this toy. I'd probably give him a 9.5 out of 10. Just a great figure. I think so far the only toy that I've rated 10 out of 10. If you have had a chance to watch my prior videos, was the it was the Finn Balor WWE Elite figure. So if you have a chance to watch that video, definitely check it out. It's a great figure, and this is a great figure itself too. If you have a chance to get your hands on one, I suggest it. If you're a big enough Wolverine fan, which I am as well, it's definitely needed for your collection. So 9.5 out of 10. Red Hulk series, Marvel Legend, Hasbro. Check them out. All right. Thanks, guys. And thanks for tuning in. If you don't want to miss a video, please subscribe. And do me a favor and press the like button if you enjoyed this video. Have a good night and happy 4th of July.